Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So I'm assuming you're here because you want to know how to grow leeks. So leeks are vegetable. I'm just going to do a bit of a lesson quickly. They're related to onions and garlic, and they're for long white stems and mild flavour. They grow best in cool weather, perfect for the UK climate. Yeah. They're usually planted in early spring, which is basically now, as you can see, which is now January. So you can start with seeds, which I've got. So I've got Leek Bella maybe, which I got from garden centre. It's about £2. January to April, harvest October to February. They're uniform and an upright variety with excellent frost hardiness. So yeah, you want to plant them in loose, well-drained soil where they can get plenty of sunlight. Leeks do like sunlight. Yeah, so they need regular watering. I think they are known for needing lots of water. We'll have to see, but so this is if I can get the camera to focus, an award-winning variety with attractive blue-green leaves that show good rust resistance and stands well to provide a welcome autumn and winter crop. They grow about 45 centimetres. You want to spread them out about 20 centimetres when they get to a good height. So I'm trying to keep the camera so I can really do this. You want to sow about 10 millimetres, so about a centimetre deep, and the row spacing 30 centimetres. So as you can see, you can sow indoors January, February, and March. You can sow outdoors in March and April. Harvest looks like it's October, November, December, January, February. So it's quite good if you want to harvest stuff throughout the whole year. So that's what it's good for. As you can see, so you sow thinly into pre-watered seed trays, 1 centimetre deep, placing warmth 10 to 15 degrees, and keep moist at all times. So what I would recommend doing is placing them in a propagator to keep them moist. They don't need to be in a heated propagator. They just need to be in a room that's not outside, that's not really warm but not really cold. But actually it can be pretty cold, as you can see the temperature there. So when you plant them out, they need to be 20 centimetres tall. You need to plant them in holes 15 centimetres deep, then fill with water. You need to plant 20 centimetres apart in rows 30 centimetres apart. If you want to sow them outdoors, which I'm sowing them indoors because it's January. You need to sow thinly into pre-watered soil 1 centimetre deep in rows 30 centimetres apart in a seed bed. So that's what, in the ground, in a pot, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to keep soil moist at all times again. And then to ensure long white stems, draw up soil around plants as they develop, keep well watered and feed regularly. So basically what that means, as they grow, just pile, so say this is like the stalk, like here, you should got to pile soil up to it. So I've only got one hand, I'm using one other hand to hold the camera. Yeah, pile soil up to it like that. But yeah, later in the year, hopefully we can see that actually happening. Right, so I think I've been rambling on for long enough now, so let's get cracking. Okay, so what I've done now is I've filled a tray like this, about this size, with potting soil, and I've got my seeds here. I've pulled a couple of them out. I'm definitely not the best at opening these packs, but as you can see, they are very, very tiny, so you've got to be very careful. So basically, I've made little holes about a centimetre deep, just under, and you just basically, it's quite fiddly. I'm not going to do all this on camera, but I've got one seed there. Well, I'll start there, put that in there, and I've got another 2 there, so I'd recommend probably about 2 or 3. If you can see the input down there. You cannot see that you put them in there. I'd recommend probably about 2 or 3 seeds per cell, about that size. It doesn't really matter what you do. So you just want to sow thinly, and then eventually you'll thin them out. So basically what that is, if they all come up, which hopefully they will, you want to just split them apart so they don't end up growing into each other, because I don't really think you're going to really want that. I'm going to be honest, I don't think anyone is. So that's what we need to do at some point. There'll be a video coming on that later, probably in a few months. Maybe not even that, maybe even literally in a couple of weeks. About that. So yeah, I'll get this done, and yeah, we can put it inside and give it a quick water. Right, so once you've sowed your leek seeds, you're just gonna either cover them up. What I think I'm gonna do is I've got a pot of potting soil here, and you're just gonna sprinkle it over. Sorry, you can't even see. I'll get better at this cameraing skills. I haven't really done vlogs, but actually I haven't done vlogs before. I've done one earlier. But so yeah, you just basically want to cover it. Make sure you can't really see any of the holes. Yeah, it's quite simple actually. Alright, so I've just written them a label. Leek 17/1. That's 17th of January today. I've got the propagator lid here, so just gonna pop them on. Haven't actually watered them yet, but put that on like that. So we can take it inside now, put it on a nice sunny spot and give it a quick little water. Okay, so I've got them on a nice, it was light, windowsill. Yes, literally, just give them a quick, good soak. Make sure they're wet all over, and then just need to put the propagator lid on top. If you don't have a propagator, then you can probably just use a piece of cling film or something like that, or just something just to cover it. Ideally, to let light through, but if it's literally just a piece of cardboard, then that's fine. So that's it for this sort of tutorial, and there'll be an update on them fairly soon, hopefully when they germinate in there. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. If you've got any other suggestions on videos, please let me know down below. There'll be other how-tos on different plants down below as well, hopefully. So make sure you check them out. Also, if you like find me some native videos, maybe check them out as well. I've got 260 of them, so that's good. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.